name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show, Tipsy Tuesday. Hello, everybody, and welcome to our show. And thank you for being here with us. Whether you're watching us on YouTube or Facebook, make sure you subscribe, hit that red button, and sign up for notifications. If you prefer Facebook, you can just also like our page and make sure you get notified when we go live. Lots of fun shows every week, lots of quilting info, tips, some fun stuff, and lots of great quilts and fabrics to see. So thank you all. We appreciate you so much throughout the show. Make sure you send us some questions and comments and give us some thumbs up and hearts. We appreciate all of that good stuff. And ready to get into it today. We have a giveaway at the end as well. So stick around to the end of the show. There will be a question that you have a chance to answer for a great giveaway. So before we dive into our show, I wanted to give some announcements for you. Since today is National Make a Dog's Day, you know, make their day. We do that every day pretty much. But we wanted to share that our beloved Koby actually did pass over the Rainbow Bridge yesterday. He is now somewhere without pain and lots of great smells, endless amounts of food, and playing fetch for days, I'm sure. He gave us almost 10 amazing years and was the best dog ever. Very smart and handsome, especially his expressive eyebrows, his gray eyebrows, which he developed at age 1, as you can see. He loved quilts and pillows, as you may see in some of those photos, and of course his monkey. And he had everybody at GE Designs wrapped around his finger. Whether that was his manipulation of getting them to open doors for him, take him outside just to chill, or of course, double check everybody's lunch and make sure that he caught all the scraps. So we're gonna miss him, but we appreciate all the beautiful time we had with him, and we're gonna remember him forever and ever. It was a beautiful day. He was surrounded by all the people who loved him the most, so we are gonna miss him. That's our Koby. That's our Koj. But let's talk about our winner from last week. It was a tough few days. Yes, thank you all for your kind words. But let's talk about our winner. Last week I asked you what if you like mushrooms, and if so, what was your favorite dish with mushrooms? So our winner is Mr. HP.
Drum roll, please.
I forgot to introduce you.
That's okay. That's all right.
Nancy Crivaro, congratulations, Nancy. You have won a $25 gift card. Just send us an email to help@gequaldesigns.com and we'll get you that gift card. But Nancy said that she loves mushrooms. Salmon on a bed of mushrooms, spinach, and tomato with teriyaki sauce is her favorite. That actually sounds really good. That sounds really, really good. So say hi to Mr. HP. He is at the GE headquarters in Chaska. I am in Florida. So we're on opposite ends of the country. I got here this morning and after a big long day and yesterday, getting ready to head over to Houston this week. So I knew I needed to get some things from here and get our stuff together. Check on our little yard and things. Driving around, there's still a lot of debris left to pick up. I'm sure everybody's busy taking care of the big things, making sure everybody has power and is safe and everything. So, but it's so lovely. It's just piled up in little piles. I think people are so good about helping with cleanup around here. So it's great. Did discover that we probably lost a palm, one of our biggest palms in our backyard. We'll see.
Boo.
Right now, the lime tree is holding it up.
Ooh. Hi, everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying hi to Mr. HP. Hi.
Yes.
There's a little delay between us, so you might get things a little later.
That's okay. Let's dive right away into our tip of the day. You know what? I've been taking you through a little bit of geometry class. I started last week with our triangle tips. So I think let's continue that story and talk about parallelograms. Today, I'm taking you back to geometry class for just a little bit to talk about a shape called the parallelogram. So what is a parallelogram? Technically, it is a shape with 4 sides and 4 corners. The 2 sides opposites are always going to be parallel, and then the angles opposite are always going to equal 180 degrees. So a parallelogram can actually be a square because we have 4 sides, 2 and 2 are parallel, the 2 opposite angles are the same angle. It can also be a rectangle, 2 sides and the two angles the same. It can be a diamond or a rhombus because we also have two sides, even though they're all the same shape and the angles are opposite. But for the most part, when we talk about parallelograms in quilting, we're talking about a shape that has 2 sides that are the same length, and then the other 2 sides are a different length. So the angles are going to be different on each corner. So parallelogram can be short and stubby. It can be long with pointier angles. So any kind of angle like this, and we use this a lot in quilting. Let's take a look at a couple of quilts where I have used the parallelogram and cut them directly from the fabric. So this is my Ava quilt. As you can see, there are rectangle blocks, but there is a background strip going through it, which is a parallelogram. You can see the angle here is cut at 60 degrees, so this is a 60-degree parallelogram. And so this one is going to have a very specific angle, and for this particular quilt, you need it to get both angles because here you see the angle is going the other direction. Same thing with the velocity quilt, where I have you cut the parallelograms to go between the diamond blocks. So again, they're going this way in one row and opposite way in the other row, so you need both mirror images of the parallelogram for this particular quilt. So let me show you how I cut this shape with the Stripology ruler. We start with our strips, of course, and depending on the angle that you need, you're going to lay your strip down. A great way, if you do need the same amount of opposite mirror images, you just keep your strip folded so that half of your parallelograms are cut right side down and half of them right side up, so which means you will get mirror images. I'm just going to show you how to cut a 60-degree angle. So you align the 60-degree line on the bottom of the strip. If you were cutting a 45-degree angle, you would just line it up with the 45. And then you make your cut. So parallelograms opposite to our diamond shape, they can be any length. So that would depend on your pattern. It usually depends on the height of your shape that you're trying to use it with. So I'm just going to cut 5-inch high parallelograms. So cutting every 5 inches. And obviously you would have to refer to the particular pattern you're using, and there you have your 5-inch parallelograms by 2.5. So if you wanted to incorporate parallelograms into a quilt and you have to figure out what size you would need to use, when you're measuring these, you do not want to measure this side because these are going to be placed like this or like this in a quilt. So for a 60-degree, for example, they can be paired with 60-degree triangles. So what you want to measure is the height. So from the parallel sides, you want to measure the distance between the parallel sides. Same thing if you're placing it like this, the distance between the parallel sides, in this case, which would be the strip width that I cut. So have some fun using parallelograms in your quilting and show off by knowing what the terms are called. So yes, parallelograms used a lot, and the trickiest part sometimes is making sure that you cut the right angle with the right side of the fabric up or down. Now, some patterns require you to get all the same angle of parallelograms, which is no problem to cut. You just make sure you lay your fabric right side up for all of them, or right side down for all of them. And vice versa. If you need equal amounts, it's easiest to just cut your strip, fold it, you'll get an equal amount facing mirrored. And so easy peasy. Now I should tell you, a parallelogram can't be a square and a rectangle and what we call a diamond in quilting, which is actually called a rhomboid. But a parallelogram that has uneven sides, the stretch ones that we use the most, this actually called, no, it's actually a rhombus is a triangle. No, diamond is a rhombus, and a rhomboid is the one that has like the elongated look. Yeah, lots of those fun terms that we don't use. We use parallelograms and then we use diamonds usually. So we'll go more into diamonds next week. So I hope you enjoy this little geometry class. Sometimes it's good to know the actual figures if you run across it somewhere, but sometimes you might want to play with cutting your own and just kind of improvising on those shapes. So there is another national day today that I thought that was really interesting. It is National Leave a Review Day. And why that is so interesting to me, because we have been building a review section as a part of our website, and we are launching that tomorrow. So I wanted to give you a heads up. If you have ever placed an order with us, you're probably going to receive an email from us about our review edition. And so we would love for you to help us out if you purchase something, to leave a review on it. The great part about this feature is that you can obviously leave a review and stars and all that like regular, but you can also upload a photo or leave a video. So what I'm hoping this does is that, for example, if you purchase a bundle and made a quilt from it, you can upload a photo of what you're working with or tell us what you're working with. And then so all future customers can really get some inspiration from that fabric. Same thing if you purchased a pattern or a book and made something out of it, post a photo and that will become kind of as our quilt gallery. So they will all be there. You can scroll through multiples. Of course, it's going to take some time to get there. So I hope those of you that receive an email tomorrow, drop us a little review on some products. We would really, really appreciate it and help us out. So looking forward to what that does as an addition to our website. So we are moving right along. I see a lot of you have been posting photos of your Lilo quilts because this last month we kicked off our Lilo class and the full video instructions were in your account. I don't remember exactly the date, but it's been 2 or 3 weeks. So beautiful Lilos being born, and I'm loving all the different variations, all the different fabrics, different colors, different sizes. So it's really great to see. So make sure you post photos in the crew. I'm gonna do a slideshow here. I'm gonna give it a few more weeks because it's always fun to see lots and lots of versions. But that, of course, if you're a part of Stripology Quickies Club, we have our next one lined up to go. And so that is our Skyler quilt and our video class. If you wanted to purchase just the individual class, it is now available, the Skyler video class to purchase. And this one, I will be featuring both the Skyler original, which is shown there, and I can show you a photo of the Skyler from the Quickies book, which is that layout there. And I'll also be featuring the Skyler 2.0 version. So I'll be talking about both, giving you some ideas on fabrics and stuff. So the first pattern for the Skyler, or the first video for the Skyler video class, will be live in your account on October 30th. So the day before, Halloween. So if you wanted to join the Skyler, and if you're not a part of Quickies Club, you want to just buy the individual class, it is available now. What you will get now is only one PDF with the schedule of when the videos come out, and also the fabric requirements if you wanted to prep for that. So we're very excited for the next one. This one is a quickie, a true quickie. It came together fast. I made 2 quilts alongside, and I can't wait for you to see them and kind of sew along with me. It's perfect to have a quick one right as we get into the holiday months. So we love it. So I hope you're joining me. Let me know in the comments what you're planning on doing with Skyler. If you're planning to do the original or the 2.0, let me know. Somebody that loving this 2.0, both are great. How can you choose? Well, easy. You just do both like I did. I always love to play with fabrics that are very different from what I worked with first. So mine were really, really true to that. Very different fabrics, and I think they turned out great. So any questions, let me know. Everybody's really loving the 2.0. Yes, I made a 2.0 that looks very different from the one in the book. So absolutely love that. And that one is going to hopefully go live on Johann's big boy bunk bed. Yeah, he just turned 5 and is a big, big boy. So excited to tell me that he's already 5 now. All right, any questions? Let me know on the Skyler. Mary Lou loves the original, but probably will do both. I love that idea. Love that idea. What do you think, Mr. HP? Which one do you like?
Oh, that's hard to say. Why you put me on the spot? I would have
You
to say
know, that's what I do.
2.0. 2.0.
Yeah?
Yeah.
But you wanted to turn it upside down, though.
No, I just sometimes see it going this way instead of going this way. When I initially
Okay.
looked at it.
Okay. Okay. I hear you. I hear you. It could go either way, whatever your eye sees. That's a beautiful thing about quilting and quilting patterns. It takes your eye different places, and that's what we want. That's what we really want. So I've been teasing you a little bit about Christmas in Europe. Yes, I've been working on putting the Christmas in Europe block of the month quilt, all the patterns, all the stories, and then some into a book. And I'm very excited. It's coming together. Not quite ready to be ordered, pre-ordered. We are hoping it comes back from the printer in December. So we are very excited to get it out for the holidays. Now, there will be, of course, the main quilt and all the block patterns, but also I put together 4 bonus projects that will be in there. I wanted to show you 2 of them that you haven't seen before. So first up, I wanted to show you the bonus tree quilt. So you remember the tree, Christmas tree block? So I took that block, really played with the coloring on it, and absolutely love this quilt and how it turns out and how graphic it is. And so I already made this in 2 different colorways. You can make it bigger by just duplicating this one, and then it's a nice twin, almost a full. If you could extend the borders for a full, you can make it even bigger, even though we're just including the instructions for this size. But I just absolutely love this one. And then another, you may remember the snowflake block from, which is reminiscent of this paper snowflakes we made with scissors and paper and hung up in the windows. So I took the block and added some stuff between and made this table runner, which is so festive, so very much a Scandinavian feel to it, and really love it. Just a two fabrics, 2 color quilt. The tree quilt was just 3 fabrics. Sometimes it's fun to do something simple because I love scrappy most of the time, but it's fun to change it up. Fun to change it up. So these are some of the two of the bonus projects. We will be sharing more really, really soon. We are taking this quilt to Houston this weekend. So it'll be hanging in our quilt market booth and introducing it to shop owners who hopefully are interested in doing this as a block a month for their store. And what's going to be in there too is some great recipes along with the stories that kind of are from all over Europe. So this kind of becomes a little bit of a quilt book slash coffee table book, kind of like my Iceland book. So we're very excited, and stay tuned for some more information. So any other questions for me before we dive into some fabric? Mr. HP, any questions on your end?
No questions.
Yes, the warehouse is busy packing up.
Here's a question.
Oh, the book will have all the patterns for the Christmas in Europe quilts, all broken down. I kind of really elaborated, got deeper into the stories behind each block, where they originate from, which was really fun for me. So I hope you are going to enjoy it. I know some of you have really been waiting for this book because you wanted to gift the book alongside the quilt. So I apologize that it's taken so long, but
Will you make quilts?
sometimes things are
Will you make kits?
worth the wait.
Will you make kits?
Yeah, we will definitely have some kits available for you for those quilts for sure. Because those are current fabrics that the fabrics I used in the original quilt are not current. However, we still have some kits for that one. I also like the snowflake table ornament. Can we get the bonus patterns without getting the whole book? I haven't even thought about that question, so that will be a decision for later on. Ready for the pre-order. Love it. Okay. Let's dive into some fabric. So since I'm here in Florida with only a phone to look at, I went ahead and pre-filmed a couple of our brand new bundles that came in. Some gorgeous fabric, two very different bundles. So the first one is called Midnights in Bloom. And it's really lovely, beautiful stuff. So, Mr. HP, you want to roll the tape?
Yep.
Midnights in Bloom, this beautiful line is by Camelot Fabrics. I really fell in love with the deep base blue and all of the different shades of blues in here. So really a great variety of prints. This is the main print, and this one has just a tad bit of a teal undertone, and so we follow that with a couple of teals, which, you know, they all work great together. It's always great when you're doing quilts that are more monochromatic to have different shades of that tone. So having the different shades of blue, I love this little geometric little diamonds in there. Bringing in another floral that is like a medium floral. Again, has that little bit of teal, but now we're going into more of a dustier blue. And we follow that by this small floral that is that dusty blue color. Love that little petals in white, and there's just a touch of blush pink. You'll see touches of blush pink everywhere, kind of a peachy blush pink. So pretty. Going into a even lighter and grayer shade of blue. This is a beautiful, this one is directional, but really once you cut it up, all these flowers are really not going to matter which direction they are. I love the little bit of butterflies sprinkled in there, and now you can see more of that peachy pink there. And then we have even lighter shade of blue with the little birds sitting on the branch, and they use the same peachy pink in there. I just think it's so classy and fun. So then we bring in that beautiful tone of a peach, blush, peachy pink. I don't know. I love these white flowers with those dark blue centers. It really ties it together. And this is such a fresh color combination, just that blue with this peach color. That same geometric print we had in the teal, just in that a slightly lighter tone, and then we bring in another slightly lighter tone. You see the gradation going on here with just a very light peach pink in there. Just bringing it all together. And then we go into some of the lighter. So this still has a little bit light blue hue to it. This is the same main print as the dark blue. I love the little birds in there and touches of that peachy pink. We have almost in a white background the butterflies and moths. I just love these. So again, touches of that peach, and finishing off with that same directional floral that we have in the light blue on the white background. Just a gorgeous array of flowers. So a really beautiful line. I love that the lights, so you can split it evenly between darks and lights. The lights will have that peach, or you can add more peach here to balance it even better. But I love the little sprinkles of this because they are sprinkled throughout the other prints. So let's take a look at my fabric pull. We're starting with the blue. So my darkest one is going to be a grunge in the Admirable. Beautiful deep tone with a slight teal undertone to it. Then we have a chalk and charcoal in the dusty blue color. It has darks and lights, so it bridges the gap between all of them. Another shade of a lighter blue is the 27-7 linen in the denim color. This was a Color Club color, a beautiful shade of blue. I love that one. And then we have Bumbleberries in the Studland Seafoam as our lightest blue hue. Works well with the base of this one. And as you can see, it works well into these tones as well. So a great versatile print there. For the peachy tones, I chose the Flights of Fancy in the peach. Very nice. So on the darker end of things with a little bit more pink to it. And then on the lighter side would be the chalk and charcoal in the hazelnut. So that one works really well with both of these tones. And as you can see, if you throw it in with next to these pieces, it's going to look great with that sprinkled throughout. For the light backgrounds, I pulled a deco stitch in the Airy because it has some print to it, so it's going to read like the other ones, a little bit busy. If you do a solid or something that has barely any print to it, it's going to really stand out. And at the same time, floral elements in the chalk is going to be a similar one, has a little bit of that taupey gray in there that is going to read and blend better. If you wanted to do something that's going to punch out a little bit of focus and something that's not in here, I will still stay within the color story and go with just a darker tone of those peaches. So this is Deco Stitch in the Cinnamon Sugar, and I think this would make a great focus. It could be a great inner border, something like that, without compromising the story of the whole bundle and line of fabric. So Midnight in Bloom by Camelot Fabrics, designed by Ivy Jane.
So pretty, those blues. Yes, somebody asked about it, that those darkest fabric were looking very navy. I would say the base of those darkest two are close to a navy, but there's a lot of blue that comes through it. So I just love mixing all the different shades of blue. Such pretty artwork. So very happy with his new designer from Camelot Fabrics. Then we have another one, more blooms, but a different hue and different color. So this one is called A Year in Petals. This is from Art Gallery, and it's one of those compilation collections where they pull artwork from, previous years, some favorites. And so I took quite a few prints from there. I added some basics into the line to really build it out and make it make sense. So let's take a look at A Year in Petals by Art Gallery Fabrics.
This next line I want to show you, this next bundle, is by Art Gallery Fabrics. It's kind of a collaboration line. It's called A Year in Petals, where they pulled some prints that go well together. I extended that into a 10-piece bundle by adding some basics because I really fell in love with this main print here, large floral, and all the greens. Green has always been, I've always been a little susceptible to greens, and I've been a favorite throughout the years, so I had a lot of fun building this bundle out. So starting with this one, there's going to be lots of shades of green, so I threw in a deco stitch, which is going to read darker than the other. So this is the darkest hue, but brings in a little bit of olive tone to it, which I love. And then we go back into a slightly lighter, a small floral that has these beautiful soft cream flowers and just a little touch of yellow in there, just like the main print does. So really love this one. And then as we transition into the next print, which is also a floral, a little bit lighter sage green tone to the green, and look at all the beautiful colors in here. We have some blues, some pinks, a little bit of that burnt orange. So it really gives you lots of options to play with the color stories of the coordinates. The next print is still in that really light sage color. This is the directional print, just little tiny leaves on these vines, and I think this is very pretty. Really have a fun, just subtle effect. And then we have a cream background with these beautiful green petals. We have the dark green here, which ties in with the darker, and then the lighter sage green. Just a touch of a little bit of pink in there. Light pink for the little seed stems. Then we go into the second color in this story. So just a little bit of cream with that beautiful yellow gold, which you can see it is throughout, a little touches of gold. And so I love this one. Another directional, but the flower in the middle is directed both ways, so it works very nicely. And then from the collection, a white on, or a cream on gold, small, very dainty print, very pretty, can be used in multiple different ways. And so I decided to build this one out as well with some basics, following it up with just a slightly darker hue of gold. This is a Flights of Fancy print. So you can see it goes a little bit into the burnt orange that we have going on here, so it really works perfectly. And then the 10th print, I chose a deco stitch in the pecan praline. So you can really see it coordinating here, the golds from light to dark, as well as the greens from light to dark, with some great neutrals in between. So the colors that I chose to pair this with is a same story of greens. We're starting with the darkest one. This is Grunge in the Forest, which is a perfect match with the deco stitch. It also reads well with this tone here. For a little bit lighter, bringing in a little bit of olive, this is Spotsy in the Moss Green. So has different tones of the green, so it works nicely. A little bit of the sage, the bumbleberries, and the Wiltshire Green. I really love this one. Has a gray hue to it, but it's perfect with this tone and can also follow into the even lighter ones. Seedling in the Sage is great for that. Almost, you see this on its own and it's going to read gray, but you can see there's a lot of green undertones, so it's perfect with these two hues of green. And we're going to skip over the light section here and go into our golden story. I pulled a Floral Elements and the Honey Mustard. This is going to be a great transitional piece between the lighter and the darker golds. And then as for the lighter, I chose, this one is called Timeless Linen. So just a slight linen texture is a perfect color match with that gold. So I think it reads really well. So this one is actually a part of our color club that we had in February for mustard. And I have to say, you could literally pull any of these into this story and it'll be a beautiful match. So if you're part of color club, check out the February 2024. For the lights in here, I chose 2 art gallery fabrics. The Deco Stitch in the Cloud has a little cream to it, and then it has that little bit of blush pink in here and that grayish green. So this mixes in here perfectly, and so does the Flights of Fancy in the Pearl. Has a little undertone of cream, and then just little print in there, so it's going to read more like a low volume, just like these prints do as well. Now, as far as a little punch of accent, something that is not in the line or not in there, but touches of it, I love to bring in that light pink. This is Flights of Fancy in the mauve. So this print, you'll see that little pink throughout some of the more colorful prints. So that would be a great option as just a little bit of punch of color. If you wanted it to be just a tad bit more, I would go with the dry brush and the terracotta. I love this. It tones with this one, but it's a darker, deeper, more into a little bit of gold. So it works really well and not to overpower the rest. And for an even punchier color, a darker version of the gold, I chose this glaze in the ochre. So it still works because you'll see that color in some of the flowers here. But that's going to give you a little bit more punch. So whatever works for you, this is going to be a gorgeous quilt that is made with this line, whatever it becomes.
Oh, I just love these colors. They are so fresh, and it's going to be fun to sew with both of those for some flowers and more spring feeling quilts as we get into winter. That's when you should be sewing all the beautiful flowers, I swear. But I got a question about my quilt behind me. So this was our first Goodies Bundle Club shipment was this one. And so this quilt is just, I love it. It's kind of has a fall feel a little bit. Somebody was asking about the quilting design. It is called Bobbing for Apples, and it is on Urban Elements, I do believe. So check that out. But I have one more to share. Now, earlier in the year, I shared a brand new basic that is a part of our 1 yard collection. Those of you that are new to us at GA Designs, we carry a huge selection of basic fabrics in 1 yard cuts, and we have a quantity discount on your 1 yards every day. You buy 5, your price drops. You buy 10, your price drops. Mix and match. So great way to build your basics. And so we tend to kind of rotate in and out new collections if we see some fun stuff. And earlier this year, I introduced a new one that is very popular. It is called Glaze by Libs Elliott for Andover Fabrics. And we sold it so fast, and then Andover sold it so fast that they haven't been able to restock some of the colors. But we have some new colors. We have 24 new colors of glaze. So they call it Glaze 2. We're just going to mix it into our other glazes because we're going to keep carrying all of them. So hopefully we'll get restocked on everything. But here are some of those amazing new colors for glaze.
We are very excited to get more colors for our collection of glaze. So glaze is probably one of our hottest new basics from Andover Fabrics. We got this earlier this year. The first colors sold really well until Andover didn't have any more, so it's been hard to get them back. But now we have 24 more colors. So I'm going to show you some of these. This print, I'm going to show you one of the prints, is really beautiful. It's kind of like glazed pottery. Lots of different shades in the color, and then just these little specks throughout. So they have been super popular. So this color here is called Emerald, a great bright emerald green. So I'm going to put that up here. I'm going to turn these over this way so you can see the colors. And so I'm going to show you all the 24 colors. We're hoping to get a restock of all of the glaze colors soon. Some of them are still sold out, but this is called Luxion, so a beautiful medium purple. We have Mellow, which is a nice mustardy yellow. Midnight, nice bright blue midnight color. Wisteria, it has a little bit of lavender hue to it. We have Sea Glass. I love this color. A nice mix between a teal and a aqua kind of. We have a glaze in the tangerine. A nice lighter orange. Maroon. I love this one. This is almost like a plum color. I would not probably call it maroon, but that's what they called it. We have Glaze in the Sky. A beautiful, a slight turquoise feel to it, but a very nice tone of blue we don't see often. Watermelon. That's a beautiful pink color, nice and warm pink color. And then we have Pacific. That's a beautiful teal. I really love the tone of this teal. Light specks throughout. We have Pumpkin, a really like a basic orange, I would say, but not too bright. A really great cream, glaze in the cream. And even though cream usually has more yellow, this is more on the taupey side, so I think this would be a great background for a lot of things. We have Bubblegum Pink. Love that. And then Glaze Sunshine, a nice bright, a little bit deeper golden yellow. So we have 8 more. We have Sour Apple. Sour Apple. Let me see if I can scooch this a little bit up so we can see it all. Sour Apple. Then we have Ruby, a beautiful reddish pink color. That's really pretty. We have Ocean, a nice turquoise. We have Lilac. Oh, really pretty lilac color. We have Cherry. That's a beautiful red with just a little bit of a pink undertone. Thistle, a bluish lavender. You see how different it is from the wisteria and the lilac, so a little more blue. We have Ash, nice gray, medium gray color. Gumdrop, this is going to be a bit darker pink, a little bit more magenta than the bubblegum. And then finally we have Iris. This one is a bit darker than the wisteria, a bit more purple than the thistle, a bit more purple than the lilac, or blue than the lilac. So there it is, 24 new glaze colors. Very exciting, and it's hard to imagine not finding the perfect glaze tone.
Yes, I know some of you have been waiting for glaze, so now you got more colors, and I love that there's such just a slight shade difference, so you can definitely find whatever you need in glaze here soon. So I did mention that we are going to be going to Houston for both Quilt Market and Quilt Festival. Quilt Market is the trade show part. That is where it's for the wholesale customer. So quilt shop owners and instructors come. We set up booths, and so we're talking to our colleagues and introducing things to our shop owners, which is exciting. And then the following week kicks off International Quilt Festival. That is, of course, a retail show with a huge quilt show, classes and such. So we'll be vending at Quilt Festival. We will be there. Me and Mr. HP will be there Wednesday evening and Thursday and Friday. And the rest of our team will be there through the whole weekend, the end of the show. So we're very excited to see some of you in Houston. And of course, remember, we're going to have a reveal at Festival for London Calling on November 1st. Yes, that's going to be something spectacular. So if you're planning to come to Houston, you're going to be there on a Friday. Come to our booth on Friday at noon for our Happy Friday show and the big reveal. And those of you watching can't make it to Houston, you can watch it during our show. So I'm very excited. Yay, I can't wait. So any questions on the show? I don't remember our booth number. Maybe somebody from GE can post that, but we will include it in an email coming your way. I forgot to mention what quilt pattern this was. This is Inca, by the way. So my Inca quilt. Will we have 3-yard cuts of glaze? We are waiting for the stock to come back, but we will have 3-yard cuts of some of those basic neutrals when we get the stock back of some of the, like the grays and the darks. And of course, if you want something, let us know, and we always consider making those cuts. So great idea, by the way. So I have our giveaway question. Another national day inspired this one. Today is National Nut Day. Yes, we're all a bunch of nuts sometimes, but this is really the physical nut. So what type of nut is here's my giveaway question. What type of nut is your favorite nut? And you can't say me or Mr. HP or your husband. It has to be an actual nut. So Mr. HP, what is your favorite nut? Can't say me.
I would have to say I really like peanuts, but almonds.
Pistachios?
Yes. Okay, you got me.
Almonds? Yeah, you like a lot of different nuts.
Yeah.
You eat a lot of pistachios, so.
Pistachios.
Mm-hmm.
The flavored ones. Like if it was just natural, like peanuts or almonds.
Just roasted almonds, yeah. I think I like most nuts as well. I love cashews, probably, and pistachios. I do like macadamia nuts too. So Brazil nuts are good too. Yeah. Pecans. I love pecans too. Anything with pecans. I made a pecan chili the other day. Pecan mushroom chili.
That was delicious. It was
so good. Yeah. I love pecans. Walnuts I never used to like, but I think with old age now I really love walnuts. It's an acquired taste, that bitter taste of the walnut, but oh great, hazelnut, that's really good. Well, Nutella, hazelnut, hello. I'm a bit of a Nutella fan. A bit. All right, so just tell us what is your favorite nut, and you're automatically entered into our giveaway, and we will announce our winner on our next show next week. Our Tipsy Tuesday show next week is going to be October 29th at 4 p.m. Central Time. So we have more shows this week. So tomorrow is our 1-Yard Wednesday show, October 23rd. And we want to take a moment to share some important news about this show. So as we move forward, we are going to be bidding a farewell to our beloved Colleen. And we just want to express our deepest thanks to what she has brought for both this show and just to GE. She has decided to pursue new opportunities outside of GE Designs. We're so grateful again for all that she brought to us. She, as a certified instructor, though, is going to keep spreading the love of stripology, going to be teaching, and you'll see her demonstrating rulers and doing all kinds of things. So we just want to thank her immensely and wish her nothing but the best. So in her place for 1-Yard Wednesday, we are kind of excited to introduce a lineup of some familiar and potentially new faces each week. So we're going to changing up on you. So we'll still be bringing that same energy, although it's hard to match Colleen's. We'll be bringing the fun and of course, the great savings that you expect on a One Yard Wednesday show. So we can't wait to see, wait for you to see who'll be hosting tomorrow and every week going forward. So thank you guys so much for supporting us as we embrace this new chapter together. Lots of new chapters in our lives. Mr. HP and me especially. So lots of changes and things moving and shaking. So alongside One Eared Wednesday, we of course have Happy Friday this coming Friday, October 25th at 12 p.m. 12 noon. And we are going to be checking in from Houston with a little bit of an announcement, of course. Hopefully give you a little glimpse of our booth that we have set up for Quilt Festival, or at least we're going to have it started, hopefully pretty far along. But so I hope you check us out this coming Friday. And give all of your love to Colleen. We thank you so much for watching us today and enjoy spending time with you. Thank you for all your great notes for Koby. We know that you loved him just as much as we did. And so he's going to live on in our Koby pattern. You know that. So thank you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.